And joining us on the line, sadly, the latest Sashay from RuPaul's Drag Race, one of my favorite queens, Delta Work Girl.
Hey, good morning.
I'm breaking my heart out loud. I was so expecting you to be in the top 3.
That's what I thought.
What do you think happened?
I didn't like to really consider last night an elimination or losing. I like to consider it just being written out of the script.
There you go. Soon to be spun off into her own special, a fabulous
Absolutely.
show. There you are. Now, before we get started, I mean, we are sad you're gone, and the benefit is we have been exposed to the world of Delta Work. What have you got planned? How are you spinning this into your next world domination campaign?
Well, I think I'm going to go the way of Jill Scott and Queen Latifah and come out with my own line of bras. Absolutely. Absolutely. And they're going to be not just drag bras, they're going to be man bras also.
Oh, the bros. Good for you. I think that's a great idea. Now, I want to say, you were one of the people that I loved listening to because you were very funny. And you were always saying something just, not bitchy, not catty, but you just say something that last sentence, and it was always a killer line. I was so surprised to see you not do well with the stand-up.
You know, I was surprised too. It was the one challenge where I think specifically did center around what drag is.
Yes.
A lot of the challenges have been criticized for being not necessarily drag related. So, how are you really representing what you do at home? So, when that challenge came up, the majority of us were like, "Oh my gosh, okay, this will be cool. This will be great." And we had a live audience, which we were all really grateful for. And when I walked off, I thought, wow, that went really great. Like, I felt really energized. I felt really good about it because the preparation up to that was like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? Is this going to be good? Is this going to be bad? Because this is actually a drag-related challenge. And so, you want to put your best foot forward and you want to show everyone, oh, this is what I do at home. So let me show you why I'm here. So you really wanted to be geared up for it. And when I walked off from the actual challenge itself and went into the bar, the girls were like, how was it? I said, it was freaking great. It was awesome. I felt so good. So to find out that I was in the bottom and then now actually, later watching the footage, you're like, did it happen like that?
Well, it's funny because I'm a stand-up comic, so I'm very sensitive to watching people, especially if they're not stand-ups, do it, because it isn't easy. And I thought the way they edited your set, it looked to me like you lost your train of thought in the way it showed. And I was so expecting you to be more solid than that. So do you find that the show does edit in a way to kind of amplify maybe mistakes or slip-ups?
Well, I'm a complete. I have no idea what goes into the editing process. But I can recall what happened when I was there,
right? And
I can certainly think that. I'm not a stand-up comic at all. I can MC a show and I can work with familiar crowds and obviously work off of their energy. I will admit that it was my first time actually sitting down and writing something that. Rue asked us to work from insecurity. She said, usually comics will work from that. So think on that and, write a little thing about that. Maybe create a character if you can. So there was sort of several ways to go. And, I think a lot of the girls, maybe not this season or any specific season or any specific challenge, from time to time will say, oh, they edited me to look like this and like that. Right. And, I'm not going to say anyone put any words in my mouth because I'm pretty good at digging a hole for myself. So, you know what I mean? And having to defend my way out of it. However, I will say that the chronological order of events doesn't always seem to match up in my mind.
Right.
But
that's not the way you remember it.
But I again, I can't accuse anyone else of fabricating anything, but when I sit back and watch and I'm looking at my clothes and I'm saying, why did that look like it happened 3 challenges ago and now I'm speaking on it in this challenge?
Right,
yeah.
right.
And you're talking about the kind of video confessions with that one, right?
Sure. Like you're thinking to yourself, was I really that suicidal? I don't think. I mean, was it really that bad all in one, or was it a bunch of small instances throughout, the course of 8 episodes, all balled up into one, and now I look like somebody who has absolutely no confidence, is so scared to walk out the door because they're afraid everyone's going to attack them because they're fatso.
Right.
Oh God,
I mean,
I don't think you came off like that at all, my darling. I think you were one of the classy girls. Quite frankly, I thought you were a classy girl. Yeah, you were one of my favorites. Now I just need to ask you one question. Yeah. Who do we hate? Who's there that shouldn't be? Who's got to go down? Who's getting cut?
Well, you know what?
Because you were the last of the Heathers. I mean, not the last. You're the first of the Heathers to go.
Right.
And that in of itself, yikes and away. That shouldn't have happened.
I know. I was really sad about that. There was really nobody necessarily to hate. It was I think it was like a challenge per challenge thing. Like, I had somebody created a fan page for me previous to the show, actually, like a week before the show came out.
Nice.
And every day there's just messages like, "You are so mean to Stacy. You are so. How could you talk about Yara's accent?" And I'm like, do you understand the idea of the sorority of drag? Like, do you understand that the nature of being around queens, especially if it's what RuPaul considers the 13 best of that year.
Yes.
If you really are supposed to be the 13 best of that year, you can handle a little joshing.
Well, that's
and you can handle a little of, that's sort of like fraternizing is what drag queens do. And when you know someone really is just as fierce as you, you're going to be like, girl, you really going to wear that, girl? All right, little tits. Are you really going to do this? Are you really going to do that? Oh, you're going to wear your hair like that today. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. You're going to be Liza today. It's that total joshing back and forth because you know they can take it. Because girl, you're already fierce. You can handle me reading you.
Yeah, and being read helps you be better. If somebody's reading you on something, there's a little truth in that. Pull it together. Don't give them something to read.
Oh my gosh, you totally get it. And it's keeping everybody on the same page. Your head out of the clouds, your feet on the ground. It's that reality that other people are going to be thinking this too. I'm just letting you know. And so what happens is that when you get to the point where someone asks for your opinion, it's like, do they want to hear the truth or something like it?
Yeah, right.
And especially in competition, I guess I sort of learned that people do want to hear. It's hard for people to stomach the hard truth. They just want to hear a soft lie.
That's right. Very well said.
It's what people want. And so I kind of learned that, honestly, my opinion when it comes to the challenges on RuPaul's Drag Race, my opinions aren't going to matter. Mm-hmm. And what is the point in giving the truth when people really don't want to hear that? They just want to hear, you look beautiful. You are so wonderful. You're so much better than I am. I might as well just say that because it saves me so much work in the end,
Yeah, if you're going to tell a lie, make it a sweet one.
Sure.
Well, you couldn't have gone out in a better way. The lip sync for your life at the end, Reuben said, that is how you lip sync for your life.
It was fabulous.
You went out with after getting a comedy lesson from Rita Rudner, and like you said, you went out to a Heather. So that's not a bad way to go out of the show.
Not at all. I mean, Manila, my gosh, she's like a goddess in my eyes.
So
I love her so much.
My darling, you broke my heart. I'm sorry you had to sashay, but we are so proud to talk to you, and well done.
Thank you.
And don't forget, RuPaul's Drag Race is every Monday on Out TV at 10 p.m. You can watch it on their app, you can watch it on their broadcast, or you can tune into Your Morning with Richard and Chris and hear us talk to the sashayers. Thank you, and best of luck and continued success, my dear.
Thank you. You guys are great. I love you so much.
Thanks, Delta. Bye.
Bye-bye.